DeepSeek is one of the world's leading AI models. What often gets overlooked, however, is that DeepSeek wasn't created by a tech giant, but by a Chinese quant hedge fund called High Flyer Quant. This highlights the tight connection between DeepSeek and China's capital markets. You might be wondering, who is High Flyer Quant? Why would a quant hedge fund like High Flyer build DeepSeek? Does the funding for DeepSeek come from China's capital markets? Can DeepSeek help High Flyer generate outsized returns in China's capital markets? In this video, we'll dive into the answers to these questions. The first and second questions can be tackled together. Once we understand High Flyer Quant and its founder, Liang Wenfeng, it becomes clear why they ventured into building an AI model like DeepSeek. On High Flyer's website, you'll find this description. Specialized in AI, High Flyer is an outstanding quant hedge fund both at home and abroad. We have achieved excellent performance for many years in a row by dealing with massive data through neural networks, building natural language processing models to analyze financial and economic behavior. High Flyer Quant is one of the big four quant investment firms in mainland China and was the first quant fund to manage over 100 billion RMB in assets. Its standing in China's capital markets is nothing short of remarkable. High Flyer operates through two fund management companies established in China in 2015 and 2016, both controlled by Liang Wenfeng, making him the ultimate decision-maker behind the firm. Liang Wenfeng was born in 1985 to an ordinary teacher's family in Guangdong, China. After graduating college, he dove headfirst into China's capital markets. There's a near-legendary story about him. In 2008, Liang started trading in China's stock market with just 80,000 RMB. With annual returns exceeding 100%, he amassed a fortune of over 100 million RMB by 2015. Even with his major success in finance and tech, Liang Wenfeng keeps a low profile. You rarely see him in public. His last interview was in 2023, and photos of him online are hard to come by. But don't be misled. Liang Wenfeng and his High Flyer Quant are deeply committed to charity. In 2022, he donated 140 million RMB to charities, and High Flyer Quant contributed another 220 million RMB. So, what's the secret behind Liang and High Flyer's consistent high returns in China's markets? Their website offers some clues. High Flyer started to explore fully automated quantitative trading since 2008 with techniques such as machine learning. The first trade generated by deep learning algorithm was executed in 2016. Deep learning algorithm was fully implemented for trading in 2017. Clearly, Liang and High Flyer's trading strategies rely heavily on AI and deep learning. Much like Renaissance Technologies, High Flyer's team is a powerhouse of talent, including Olympic medalists in math, physics, and informatics, AI pioneers, and PhDs in fields like topology, statistics, operations research, and cybernetics. With this stellar team, High Flyer built its proprietary Fireflyer series of AI training platforms. Fireflyer boasts exceptional computational power, storage, and connectivity, allowing fund managers to test their ideas quickly without being limited by computing resources or model size. So, if they already had the Fireflyer AI platform, why develop DeepSeek? In a 2023 interview, Liang Wenfeng explained, "Our work on large models isn't directly related to quantitative finance. We established a separate company called DeepSeek to focus on this. Many of the core members at High Flyer come from an AI background. We explored many scenarios and eventually settled on the complexity of finance. General artificial intelligence might be one of the next great challenges, so for us, it's a question of how to do it, not why." This answers questions 1 and 2. Liang Wenfeng began using machine learning for trading in 2008, achieving massive profits. He later founded High Flyer Quant, which developed the Fireflyer AI models, growing it into one of China's top quant funds. But Liang and High Flyer's ambitions went beyond finance. Leveraging their team's expertise and Firefly's foundation, they set their sights on general AI, resulting in DeepSeek. Now let's tackle the third question. Does the funding for DeepSeek come from China's capital markets? The answer is clear. Two pieces of evidence support this. First, DeepSeek's ownership structure. Liang mentioned in the interview that DeepSeek was set up as a separate entity, wholly owned by him and his team, with no external equity financing, just like high-flyers fund management companies. The second piece of evidence also comes from Liang's interview. When asked about DeepSeek's R&D funding, he said, "High Flyer, as one of our backers, has ample R&D budgets. Additionally, we have an annual donation budget of several hundred million yuan, which has traditionally gone to public welfare organizations. If needed, we can adjust this allocation." We're in discussions with various investors. Many VCs are hesitant about funding pure research because they need exits and want quick commercialization. Given our research-first approach, securing VC funding is challenging. However, we already have computing power and an engineering team, which gives us half the leverage we need. Without external financing, how much has High Flyer invested in DeepSeek? We don't have exact figures, but building a general AI model typically requires hundreds of millions of dollars to even get a seat at the table. For context, High Flyer invested 200 million RMB in Fireflyer 1 and 1 billion RMB in Fireflyer 2. All of this capital came from profits earned in China's capital markets. Isn't that mind-blowing? Finally, let's address the last question. Can DeepSeek help High Flyer generate outsized returns in China's capital markets? High Flyer has raked in massive profits using its investment strategies and Fireflyer AI platform. But what about after DeepSeek R1 launched in late 2024? How has High Flyer performed? High Flyer publishes weekly net asset values for its index-enhanced funds. These funds track indices like the CSI 500, CSI 1000, and CSI 300, aiming to outperform them through strategic tweaks. As of April 2015, High Flyer's 60 index-enhanced products delivered excess returns of 5% to 14% that year. Still an impressive feat. So, we've answered all four questions. Let's wrap things up with a quick summary. The strong returns of China's capital markets gave rise to High Flyer Quant. High Flyer Quant parlayed its gains from China's capital markets into the creation of DeepSeek. DeepSeek is now reinforcing High Flyer Quant's capabilities, both in terms of research and portfolio performance. What stands out to you the most? Is it Liang Wenfeng and High Flyer's bold vision to build a general AI model, or their jaw-dropping profitability? To me, the real shocker is China's capital markets. Without this dynamic and vibrant market, there'd be no High Flyer Quant, and certainly no DeepSeek. To the world, China's capital markets may seem mysterious or controversial, but Liang and DeepSeek's story shows China's capital markets are also full of energy and opportunity. We'll dive deeper into China's capital markets for future episodes. Stay tuned.